So as you see, I'm having a lot of fun with these little EX2s or Bugs 3 Mini. Of course this one's got a 15 amp ESC 4-in-1 board to replace the somewhat pathetic 4 amp one that they come standard with. So what's made it all happen, I'm running off a small battery at the moment, 450 milliamp hour, though I've got 850 ones coming with an XT30 connector. The new battery is going to have an XT60 and an even higher burst rate. And the other thing I've been using is a little JHEMCU Y1 Lite camera with a replacement lens in it. And the way it sits, it goes in a cover, custom cover. I've now cut a hole in the top of the housing because I found that I could inadvertently turn it on, particularly if the foam on the side came off. And embedded in that is the neutral density filter, which is from a sunglass lens. Stuff that in there. And then of course the drone sits on top, combination of rubber bands and Velcro, and the whole thing holds together, and I'm very happy with the results I'm getting. So one of the things I've done is I've put together a bit of a checklist. I realise there's so many things to do now that it's worth having it just so I don't miss out any steps. So here's the view from the cap cam. And on this first flight I'm being a little bit cautious for the first time through here. I've never flown in this area before. This is just a reserve we drive past fairly often on the way back from tennis, and we thought, gee, that could be good. So turning around, lining up on this avenue of trees. And the first run. Again, the view from the cap cam. So it goes reasonably cautiously through. So coming back at a slightly higher level, just to get the feel for it. That's the sounds that went past, recorded in the cap cam microphone. And we can hear a lot of crows, though we can't see them. Okay, I'm lining up for the second run, this time with a little bit more pace, having sussed it. And swipe a tree down the ground, bounce a couple of times, and I'm up in the air again.
Very close to the ground there. Yes. Move green.
So in for a landing, observed on the cap cam. I realised the camera moved forward a bit because I could see it in the FPV cam. The whole housing was in front of me a bit, so that's one of the reasons I came in. So that was the first battery, so I changed the battery over, got organised for flight number 2. This time I'm incorporating the footage from the TX02, the FPV camera. And as I've said before, you can see I get a much wider field of view through the TX03 than I do for the cinematic camera. So on this one you get an idea of what I'm actually seeing versus what the high definition camera produces. A bit of a cross breeze there.
Yeah.
I know some of the
About
ones
6 inches off the ground at that stage.
that the quadcopter tends to drop a bit at that point.
Disappeared behind the trees.
This time around I'm going up above the trees.
Oh, there it is.
And keep an eye on the footage on the TX03 because at some point I started to get interference and I'm a little bit worried. It's breaking up a little bit. That canopy between me and the quadcopter.
It's awfully close.
And just a bit concerned about how close those treetops are. So I'm looking for a clearing to come down in.
How 2 minutes.
So I'm in the process of finding out that these 450 milliamp hour batteries will last about 4 minutes, which is pretty good. Mind you, that's running them right down to 7 volts, which is not ideal. So far they're recharging well. So looking back, I could have been a bit more adventurous, threading through the trees, but I was just enjoying speed runs down this little avenue of trees. This time back I do start to look around and take a slightly different course. The natural thing would be to follow that creek up, but as it
3
turns
minutes
out,
40.
there's the odd tree
3 minutes 40.
that hangs right over it, so I need to be cautious. I really should walk these places first to decide what course I'm going to fly, but and here we go, running into the ground, and that's it.
4 minutes.